I've got here in front of me a 2024 Speed Champions set, which includes the BMW M4 GT3 and the BMW M Hybrid V8, both part of the IMSA Racing League. I'm going to review them in this video and compare them to some IMSA predecessors of the Speed Champions line. This is the first time we are seeing any Beamers in the Speed Champions line. It's always good to see new manufacturers, and on the back of the box, as always, they give you images of the real cars. The contents include 7 numbered bags, 3 sticker sheets, a chassis that is packaged loosely, and 2 instruction manuals. The instruction manuals and sticker sheets were all included in this envelope to prevent from creasing up. And yeah, there is going to be a lot of stickers. It looks like 71 individual stickers in total. I knew there were going to be a lot, but man. The Speed Champions theme is notorious for including a lot of stickers, especially when it comes to race cars. This first sheet is for the M4 GT3. These other 2 sheets are for the Hybrid V8. One is white-backed and one is clear-backed for the canopy. I'm going to be building the M4 GT3 first, and already I'm seeing some new elements for 2024, including this bracket piece, this wedged tile, 1x2 tile with a 45-degree cut, and this printed controller. It's not a new element, but a new print for sure. Here's a better look at these pieces. Bag 1 is now complete, and there's a lot of detail going on in the interior of the car. As with all Speed Champions builds, I suggest that you save the sticker application until the very end to make sure that the colors and striping line up with one another from element to element. I believe these elements are also new to 2024. And here are a couple more 1x2 wedged tiles, this time in trans red. Bag 2 is now complete. And check out this tiny BMW logo placed on the side of a 1x2 plate. Probably the most notable new element in this set is the slick tire. We have 8 of these in this set. It's a tire and wheel piece. There's no inserting of wheels, it's all one piece. And this is very welcoming to the Speed Champions line for all types of race cars. Sorry, but I'm going to have to pause this build for a moment and see how these new slick tires work on the McLaren F1 car that we got a couple years back. First off, let's see if these printed inserts will attach to this new element. Yes, it's a success. I left the front 2 tires unchanged so that you can see the difference between the old tires and the slicks. Yeah, big improvement, right? Gonna need 4 extras of these. Well, enough being sidetracked. Let's get back to the build. Bag 3 is now complete. I like how the exhaust pipe comes out the side of the car. And I like the use of the inverted tiles so that the rear wing has tiled surfaces, both top and bottom. I dislike this pin here. Why wasn't it done in black? Maybe it's not available in black, but that's probably going to be an eyesore. A recolor of an existing element was discovered in bag 4. This is in trans black, the windscreen, whereas before they used to come in this trans brown color. So essentially we have a darker tint, which is cool because now we can change some of the older cars from this to this. I don't know. I like this a lot better. What do you think? Let's check out the transformation on Brian's Skyline. Oh yeah, that is so much better. Sorry for getting sidetracked once again, but I feel like the Speed Champions line is improving year by year with these new elements and recolors. And check out what's going on with the front end of this car. It's got a lot of clever building going on there, and the end result looks pretty darn good. Speaking of clever building, look at this. In between this clamp, we just have a stud and round tile wedged in there, not even connected to anything. And you just put it into this spot right here, and I guess that represents the exhaust. Check out how this 1x2 tile is just wedged in by 2 studs. You want to make sure the mold mark is facing inward so it doesn't look bad after the build is complete, but yeah, that's how it goes. I am completely blown away how this front end came together. The car is now complete. Well, without stickers anyway. Just wanted to give you a look of what it looked like, just seeing all of the plastic, all of the bricks and plates and tiles, all the colors used. Now let's get the stickers applied. The stickers do add more detail, as well as 4 more BMW logos, and helps with all of the striping to make this car more complete. I did my best. It wasn't too bad applying the stickers, but there are some gaps between different elements. Here's an example of what I'm talking about with the sticker gaps. These 3 sloped pieces in the front, you can't line up the lines perfectly because the sticker is essentially too small for the middle slope, even with the outer 2 stickers near the edges of their elements. This is nothing new to the Speed Champions line, but I thought I would point that out. I really do like the splashes of colors and how they match the M Motorsport BMW branding. After reviewing pictures of the real deal, I completely understand the use of this Technic pin. Actually, it's not a bad thing that you see it, because that's the air intake through the quarter window. So not only was that a clever build with the Technic pins going through to hold everything in place, but it's good part usage as well. Here's another look at the detailing for the exhaust. The build process did not disappoint. There's a lot of interesting building techniques used. It does take some time to build a Speed Champions car, much more time than a city car. And there's stickers on the underside of the wing as well. Overall, I'm super happy with the end result. Let's take one more glance at the interior, now with the driver added. And yes, the minifigure driver is centered within the steering. Speaking of the driver, here she is with helmet removed and hairpiece added. We've got some nice printing going on the front and the back of the torso, and a little bit of printing on her left leg and the hip piece. Does this look like the real thing? Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty instantly recognizable. Would have liked to had some sponsors on these black tiles that are just blank at the moment, but maybe Lego didn't get all of those sponsors approved. I'm not sure. But I do like the use of these new 1x2 wedge tiles to provide more details on the air dams. And I think Lego did a pretty good job with the complex striping going across at this weird angle across the car, as you can see it from piece to piece, slope to slope, plate to plate. It comes together pretty well. Now it's time to get the hybrid V8 built. Interestingly enough, the build of the large hybrid V8 car starts with a small chassis piece. And once again, we have some new elements. These being 1x4x1 curved slopes with a 45-degree cut. Don't be fooled by the small chassis piece. This car is much longer than that. And the clever building techniques continue. That is indeed a print on the 1x1 tile. Bag 5 is complete. Moving on to bag 6. New pieces just keep coming, don't they? I'll save the sticker application until the very end, but I thought I'd show how this side connects. It only connects to 2 studs, the red stud and the stud on the white plate. What's interesting is how it connects in the front. You slide this bar into this clip. Wow, that is satisfying. This new element is going to be super useful for many things. A 1x2 by 2/3 sloped tile. Bag 6 is now complete. It's really satisfying how these tiles wedge into these assemblies. Now it's time to move on to the final bag, bag 7. The windscreen for this car has some prints on it, though there will be stickers added as well. As with the M4, everything comes together very nicely and satisfying with this one as well. This is what it looks like without any stickers, and with the stickers applied. I think overall the end result is good. There's so much color going on and so many different stripes that a little bit of misalignment is forgivable. From far away it'll still look good. Well, of course you're not going to be wanting to look at this from far away, so do take care in sticker placement, especially on the canopy, where there's 5 extra stickers in addition to the prints. If you do make a mistake on sticker placement, you can always use the edge of the sticker sheet to catch a corner of the sticker and gently peel it off to reapply it. The building techniques and end result are just as good as the M4 in my opinion. They're equally matched, but where the difference is, they don't have the headlights in the hybrid V8. So it would have been nice to have a suggestion of headlights, whereas the M4, they were built up. Same with the taillights, build up on the M4, but just stickers with the hybrid. The only studs left showing on the completed model are on the wing, and the reason being is you can't put tiles across it because of this 1x1 plate, tile rather, wedged in between studs. Now you can remove that and do your own tiling work. However, I think LEGO's choice on doing that tile wedged in there was a good choice. Of course, you can remove the canopy to access the driver, and inside you have the steering with another one of those printed video game controllers. Here's a look at the driver with the helmet removed and hairpiece added. Got the same style printing going on with the torso, the hip, and the left leg as we did the other driver, but just this time on red plastic. Does this car look like the real thing? Well, it looks pretty good, with the exception of the missing headlights, but I have no earthly idea how you would put them on to these pieces. Check it out from this angle. I like it. Though we could have used prints for the side walls of the tires. Overall, I think this set is a big success. Here are the leftover pieces. Now let's compare them to some other cars. This is the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 versus the M4 GT3 from BMW. Now the Vantage is already a nice looking car, nice build. However, there's a lot less studs showing on the M4, making it look more smooth. I like the buildup of the headlights versus this one had printed headlights, though its prints are better than stickers. The exhaust is built up on the M4, whereas the Vantage just had a sticker detail for the exhaust. And I must say, I like the tint on the windscreen of the M4. And of course, the slicks. Ah, there's the air inlet of the Vantage, done with the sticker detail, whereas this one is done with the Technic pin. That is so cool. And both of these cars have build-up taillights and rear diffusers and wings. They both look good in my opinion. Both cars even have logos printed on the side of a 1x2 plate. The canopy on the Vantage is all printed, so I would favor this canopy. And the interior, though it looks nice, has not near enough detail as the M4. So my pick between these two cars goes to the Beamer. And that says a lot because I really ranked this high. The Vantage was already a really good car. So that goes to show that LEGO is just continuing to step up their standards. Now, how about a comparison between the Porsche 963 versus the BMW M Hybrid V8. Again, this car placed high into my rankings, so it's going to be tough competition. However, the Porsche gets the check mark for the best canopy, as it's all done with prints, whereas there's sticker applications on the BMW. Of course, the wheels, advantage goes to the BMW for the slicks. The Porsche has built-up headlights and taillights, so the advantage goes to the 963 in this category. Both cars are built up from that same small chassis piece, and there's a lot of good building going on in each of them. So which one is my top choice? Well, it's a very close call. I guess you're going to have to wait until my new ranked video in June. Well, that wraps up this review. I hope I provided enough insight for you to make a choice whether you're going to pick this setup or not. In my opinion, I think this is a 5-star set. It's excellent. If you're into speed champions, into cars, you're going to love this.